Hello everybody, welcome to Coding 101. Once again, we're here with another basic exercise for you beginners out there. So I'm going to remind you once again to check out my playlist so that you can check out some of the videos that I made in order to help you guys ace your exams and do all that kind of stuff. So today we're doing another exercise, another basic exercise that talks about rounding a number to the nearest 10. I think you know much about this one. I think since primary school or kindergarten or whatever. This is a very simple thing. Just creating a function that rounds a number to the nearest 10. I mean, it's simple to round a number, but to actually create code that rounds a number is a bit more tedious or complicated, but not that complicated actually. So we're not going to be using any loops on this one. We're just going to be using a couple of if statements, or actually one if statement, and then we're done. So let's just get into it. Just create and definite a function. We're going to call it roundOff10. You will notice the predicting code, like the predictive code, that because I did this function before I actually filmed this, so that's why you see that predictive pattern that you see over there. And then we're gonna call the number at the rightmost digit, we're gonna call it our unit, and then we're just going to extract it like that. And then we're gonna call the next number, the left digit after the rightmost digit, we're gonna call it tens, and this is how we extract it. Because remember, these are our most significant number, because you need the unit number to check whether or not it is greater or equal to 5 or it's less than 5. Because if the number, the unit, is greater than 5, then you should round off the number on your left side. For example, if you have 10 over here, that means the two digits that you have are 1 and 0. So you have to check 0, whether 0 is this number right here is greater or equal to 10. If this number, is greater or equal to 5, if this number is less than 5, like you can see it's less than 5 right here, that means you don't do anything to this number right here, you just leave it as it is. Say maybe you have 15 over here, that means you would have 5 as your unit, which means that you should be rounding off the number on your left side to the nearest 10, which you're going to put like 2 over here, and then the unit is going to become 0. I hope you understand by that. And then we're going to extract the remaining parts of the number, because remember, if maybe a number is like 100 or it's like 1,000, the only part that we deal with is the 10, the tens, and the units. So the rest of the number has to be left alone, and so we're just going to extract it. We're going to extract the rest of the number, so that we just don't leave it out there and we just don't ruin the number in general. And then after that, we just say if unit is greater than 5, greater or equal to 5, then what do? We make the unit 0 and we add 1 to the tens. And then we go else. If it's not, then unit just remains 0 and we don't do anything to the left, the immediate left of the digit. And then we just return this. You will notice that at first we extract the remaining part of the number, and then we extract the tens, and then we extract the unit. And the reason why we are converting this into a string is to make it easier to concatenate the three numbers or the 3 digits or whatever. Once you turn them into a string, then it's much more easier to concatenate them. Then after that, of course, we turn the whole thing into an integer, because we want to return an integer and not an actual string, right? And then I think that's it, and we're done. And now we're gonna have to just check. We're gonna say round off, and we're gonna give it a number like 12. Let's give it 12 and see what happens. So 12 to the nearest 10 is actually 10. And now let's try a much bigger number. Let's say like 96. And we say 96, of course the nearest 10 should give us 100. And there you go. And we say round off, try a much more larger number like 1,267. or even that number right there, 12,667. Should give us 12,670. And there you go. Let's try maybe a much more simpler number, like a digit, like 9. Should give us 10, and there you go. So I think that's it for today. You can use a lot of numbers to check if this function is efficient or it's correct. And I would appreciate any comments that you have about this function. If you have any other way to do it, then I would appreciate it if you put that method or function in the comment section so that we can just compare and see which one is more efficient. So that's it from me today. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you like, make sure you put a comment in the comment section, and I will see you next time on Coding 101.